Hello everyone. I hope all my students are really healthy, safe and happy. Whoever is infected with COVID-19, don't worry my dear students, we are there with you. We'll be praying for you. You are there in our prayers because you are our dear ones, okay? So stay strong and healthy and happy. I have already told you that I'll be doing ENG2A03 paper with you, which is writing for academic and professional success. And I've given you an idea what is this paper about. This paper is about, academic writing. What are the rules to be followed? What are the, vocabulary to be used in academic writing? What are the terms related to academic writing? This is what we're going to see in this paper. Alright, so this paper is writing for academic and professional success. So we'll see what is this, or we are going to deal, 3 sections of the chapter, Unit 5, Vocabulary and Grammar for Academic Writing. Okay, 3 sections will be dealt in this session. That is 5.1, revising words in sentences, and we have 5.2, vocabulary in academic writing, and 5.3, which is really important, which is academic word list, or AWL. Now we'll go to the first section, revising words and sentences. Now, what is the purpose of revising words and sentences in academic writing? That is the first question. Why should you revise words and sentences? It's because when we are writing something, we are making a permanent impression. So we should be extra cautious to avoid mistakes in your writing. Alright. Now, what is meant by revising? എന്താ റിവൈസിംഗ് എന്ന് വെച്ചാൽ നിങ്ങൾക്ക് എല്ലാവർക്കും അറിയുന്ന പോലെ റിവൈസിംഗ് ഇൻവോൾവ്സ് ഇംപ്രൂവിംഗ് ദ വേർഡ്സ് ആൻഡ് സെൻറ്റൻസസ്. We should use appropriate words and sentences, strong words, right? Instead of weak phrases. Alright, and then we should read it again and again to see if we have used unnecessary words in sentences. To avoid wordiness in our writing. Wordiness, W-O-R-D-I-N-E-S-S. What is wordiness? Wordiness is using more words than required. Unnecessary, using unnecessary words than required. ഒരുപാട് വാക്കുകൾ കുത്തി നിറച്ച് ഒരാശയം നമ്മൾ വ്യക്തമാക്കാനായിട്ട് അനാവശ്യമായിട്ട് വാക്കുകൾ കുത്തി നിറയ്ക്കുന്നതാണ് wordiness. Okay, now we'll see what all things we should do when we revise words and sentences to make our academic writing, or to make our writing perfect. നമ്മുടെ റൈറ്റിംഗ് പെർഫെക്റ്റ് ആക്കാൻ റിവൈസ് ചെയ്യുമ്പോൾ എന്തൊക്കെ കാര്യങ്ങൾ ശ്രദ്ധിക്കണം? First is ensure that your vocabulary is appropriate to your purpose. That vocabulary means what? Words. That means you should use apt or accurate words. കൃത്യമായ പദങ്ങൾ ഉപയോഗിക്കണം. Second point, avoid using conversational style and colloquial slang expressions and non-standard diction. Of course, this is writing and not speech or speaking. Understood? So we should have a different format. We should not use conversational style in our writing. സംസാര ഭാഷയല്ല എഴുത്ത് ഭാഷ. ഇറ്റ്സ് ഡിഫറെൻറ്റ്, റൈറ്റ്? ആൻഡ് വി ഷുഡ് നോട്ട് യൂസ് കൊളോക്കിയൽ ഓർ സ്ലാങ് എക്സ്പ്രഷൻസ് ആൻഡ് നോൺ സ്റ്റാൻഡേർഡ് ഡിക്ഷൻ ഓർ ലാംഗ്വേജ് വി കൻ ടെൽ. നോൺ സ്റ്റാൻഡേർഡ് ലാംഗ്വേജ് യൂസ് ചെയ്യാൻ പാടില്ല. വി ഷുഡ് നോട്ട് യൂസ് സ്ലാങ് എക്സ്പ്രഷൻസ് ഓൾസോ. വി ഷുഡ് നോട്ട് യൂസ് ഡ്യൂഡ്, സിസ്, ബ്രോ, all these things in our academic writing. Alright, then next point is diversify your sentences. What is the meaning of diversify? Diversify means use variety of sentences. Understood? Diversify your sentences means use different kinds of sentences which are different in length, word order and types. There are different kinds. I believe all my students know there are different kinds of sentences, simple sentence, compound sentence, and again complex sentence. A very easy simple sentence is I love you because it has a subject and a verb and an object. I love you, right? And then we have compound sentence. What is compound sentence? Two simple sentences when they are joined using and, or, but, etc. We have compound sentence. I love you is a simple sentence. Again, you love me is another simple sentence. These two simple sentences are joined using and. It becomes compound sentence. Again, it varies in its length from simple sentence, right? Simple sentence is shorter, compound sentence gets bigger, right? And then we have complex sentence. What is complex sentence? When an independent clause is joined with a dependent clause using since, as, because, etc. We have complex sentence. Since I love you, okay, is a dependent clause because it relies on or it needs the support of you love me, which is a main clause, right? Since I love you which we cannot put a full stop. We have to put a comma because it is not complete. Alright, since I love you, full stop. No, since I love you, comma, you love me. That means since I love you is a clause which needs the support of some other clause to get its meaning completed. Alright. So, since I love you, comma, you love me. You love me is an independent clause. Since I love you is a dependent clause. Ashraikena clause. The other one is independent. It can stand alone. I believe my students have understood. So, these are different kinds of sentences. So, you should use different kinds of sentences, in your academic. And the fourth point is eliminate redundant expressions and avoid wordy sentences. Now, what is meant by a redundant expression? What is that? If I give you examples from Malayalam, Malayalam language, like നമ്മൾ പറയാറുള്ള ക്യാച്ച് പിടിച്ചു, പോസ്റ്റും കാല്, ബോക്സ് പെട്ടി, സ്റ്റെപ്പ് വടി, ഗേറ്റ് വടി എന്നൊക്കെ പറയില്ലേ? That means we are using words which are similar in meaning together. Alright. In English we have examples like actual facts. Actual facts is an example for a redundant expression. Why? Facts, the word facts are always actual. So there is no need of using the word actual in front of facts. Facts in the munpil actual no word in the. So when we use actual in front of facts, the expression becomes redundant. Alright, and then we have close scrutiny. Close scrutiny is an example for wordiness. Why? Scrutiny means close observation or close analysis. Then what is the need of using the word close in front of the word scrutiny? So close scrutiny becomes redundant expression. And again, final outcome. Outcome is something final, a final product of something, right? Then what is the need of using the word final in front of outcome? That is a question. So these are the examples, in English for redundant expressions, using words which are similar in meaning together. Alright, I believe my students have understood. So when we use unnecessary words like this, our writing becomes wordy. Okay, as we use catchy bidichu in Malayalam. Pidikil is always catching. So what is the use of using catchy bidichu? Alright. Now, the next point, fifth point is use parallelism. Use parallelism. Parallelism is really important as well as really easy a topic. Don't get confused when you hear the term parallelism. Parallelism is nothing but a stylistic feature in writing where ideas are presented using grammatically similar or structurally identical words. That is, we should follow similar words which have similar or sentences which have similar structures. We should use sentences which have similar structures. When I give you examples, I believe you'll understand it better. I'll give example for non-parallel sentence, which is like this. He used his Saturdays for practicing, playing and to eat sandwiches. You might see, the what? Now, we'll move to next section, which is 5.2. Now, we'll see, what all kinds of vocabulary can be used in academic writing. Okay. This is something you all know. Of course, we should not use any informal words or expression because it's formal writing. We have to have formal words, standard diction. Okay. And the first point, I believe I have to explain that, but I'll be doing that in the next section. You should know about AWL. AWL is academic word list. I'll be giving an elaborate explanation about AWL in the next section. Now you just see what all things you should do or what all things you should be careful about while you choose vocabulary in academic writing. Okay. Familiarize yourself with the words listed in AWL, that is academic word list. Only that. Alright. Next is avoid informal words and expressions. We should not use informal words because it's formal writing, right? Next point again, I should give a very elaborate explanation about what is discourse markers, which I'll be doing in the next session. Use discourse markers. Now understand it as something as connectors. Connectors the മനസ്സിലാക്കിയാൽ മതി. Use formal connectors to link your ideas and to signal transition. Use appropriate connecting words. You understand in that way. Use formal connecting words to connect your ideas. You understand in that way. Because there is an elaborate session on it, discourse markers. Okay. Fourth point is make your writing less wordy, which I've already explained. That is easy. Make your writing less wordy by using accurate words and appropriate words which are only necessary. Okay, so Avril Coxett, she is from Victoria University of Wellington, New Zealand, and she was among the earliest compilers of AWL, that is academic word list. She was among the, she was the first person to compile, to list out the words which get repeated in the academic works. So if that list is there with us, we can easily understand, we can easily study those words and apply those words in our academic writing. Okay, and she's come up with 570 hit words which appear in all the academic works of different disciplines. But this list does not include, what is that? Does not include technical terms. Technical terms pertaining to each discipline will not be there in academic word list. So I believe you might have understood what is academic word list, which is really important. Okay, this list is compiled by Avril Coxett from Victoria University of Wellington, New Zealand, and she's come up with 570 important words which appeared in different academic works. In English, when the question comes in our university paper about academic word list, my dear students, please try to include at least 10 important words or 10 words which you find it easy to learn. Okay, so you give explanation, you give a brief explanation about academic word list. Now what is the expansion of AWL, who has compiled it, and how many words are there, and then you list out the important the words which are easy for you to study. I have listed a few words like analysis, established, estimate, percent, evidence, period, assessment, principle, procedure, formula, function, concept, research, context, interpretation, data, definition, derived, distribution, theory, method. So these are a few words which I find it very important in our academic writing. You may have your own, list. But my dear students, please don't forget to add a few words in your answer paper when the question is there about academic word list. So my dear students, shall I believe that these concepts are clear? Okay then, thank you.